The controversy over who has the final say on the national budget has been explained by the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development.
Honorable Kasaija Matia plays a delegated function. Now the President and the Cabinet, they sit and approve a budget and they give it to Honorable Matia to take it to Parliament, present it for appropriation. It is Parliament with the ultimate power to appropriate.
The budget for financial year 2024-2025 is still a food for thought after President Yoweri Museveni declined to sign the Appropriation Bill 2024.
They are not asking for rubber stamping, that Parliament should rubber stamp. No. It's about concurrence. And I think that's the debate which they will have next week.
As explained by the Permanent Secretary and Secretary to the Treasury, Ramathan Ggoobi, Parliament has to refer back the budget to the Minister of Finance in case of any dissatisfaction relating to the government obligations. In the case of the returned budget, Parliament shifted allocations of funds to the tune of 750 billion, contrary to the priority allocations by government. Ggoobi says such a scenario, if not well handled, may pave way to unnecessary supplementary budgets and thus justify the President's reasons to decline to sign the supply bill.
Beginning next week, government must pay certain obligations, including debt. So if certain money moved, I must now go back to Parliament with a supplementary to ask them to get me money to those areas.
Dr. Fred Muhumuza, a senior economist, has a second pair of eyes on the budget dilemma.
More so when the President has just said, I have found a lot of connivance that has been happening between Parliament, between officials in the Ministry of Finance, between technical people in Parliament, and we've also seen the police investigation that is going on. So one wonders, could this be the reason? And of course now Parliament is coming back from recess.
It is the first time the President returns the Appropriation Bill for scrutiny, which caught Parliament by storm, as MPs will have to break off from the long recess to reconsider the concerns of the President.
Quite often we've also had an experience where Parliament used to go beyond its power and begin to cut resources and allocate them. That's not a power of Parliament. Parliament is guidance and appropriation, not allocation. Allocation is executive. So if Parliament thinks money is too much here, we think it should be there, they should send that signal to the executive.
The national budget for financial year 2024-2025 amounts to 72.136 trillion, where a corrigendum was presented in the last hour during the budget process. PSST Ramathan Ggoobi assures the public that government is fighting abusive additional funding, especially agencies which hide budgets for critical areas, targeting supplementary budgets in the near future.
And like I've been telling you again and again, I became now the prefect, the monitor of supplementaries. In my office, I keep them. I arrest. The other year, I had a very huge heap, but I want to tell you, government has responded now. The heap reduced a bit this year of requests for supplementary, because they have realized this fellow who is supposed to approve them is refusing them.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.